I don't know who first said it in the Y. This university ought to be desegregated. But it was in the air. This was the early 50s, well before the civil rights movement of the 60s.
The university at that time was not even co-ed in the freshman and sophomore years, but we were concerned about racial integration. So we set a goal of having the university integrated at the undergraduate level. There was one particular leader in the Black community, Mr. Lee Frazier. He was vice president of a Black-owned insurance company in Durham. I went over to Durham and met him and his family, had several visits with them. His twin sons, Ralph and Lee, were seniors at Hillside High School, but soon after they had submitted their applications to USC, Mr. Frazier sent me a letter of their rejection. I took it over to Charlie Perrault, and he wrote an editorial about it. I wrote a letter to the editor saying it was time to qualify as a real university and open its enrollment. Bob Hyde and I went over to a meeting in Durham and met the 3 students. I remember they pledged that they were going to bring it to court. They said they would take it to the Supreme Court if necessary. Lee Frazier wrote this letter to me in the fall of 1955.
Dear Bill, no doubt you have seen through the press that our case against the University of North Carolina was won before a 3-judge court Saturday, September 10th, and that the applications of the boys were ordered to be processed immediately, without regard to race or color. We want you to know that a great deal of the credit for this accomplishment is due to you and your associates, who suggested we file the applications and encouraged us along that line. Probably we would not have done so if it had not been for you, and we shall forever be grateful to you. You not only have helped make it possible for my boys, but all of the other Negro boys in the state of North Carolina.
His twin sons, Ralph and Leroy Frazier, were 2 of the first 3 students who came to Chapel Hill after the court ordered the university to open its doors.
I was getting first-hand experience in developing an appreciation for Black culture. And I was breaking down all the kinds of stereotypes, which of course I had. I also learned a lot about leadership. I come from a somewhat authoritarian background in terms of, well, to be a leader, you've got to tell people what to do, assign people responsibilities. The Y staff, though, were very clear about the importance of making sure that everybody was heard. It was affirming and confirming of each individual's participation.
The Y staff looked to the students to provide the leadership and supported us in what we did. That really had a profound influence on me and on my approach to community development.